on the bus. First thing he does when he gets on the bus is he starts screaming on the bus. Just going like that on the bus, not screaming words or anything like that. Correct?
You just let her talk.
Okay. He's fine. Then the next thing on the bus was he got up in his seat. She asked him to sit down. He sat down. All right. Then on the third issue is when he flipped off the other child, when he shot her a bird. And my understanding is you question what that meant.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of vague. I mean, it's not like an obscenity. There's no...
Okay, but she didn't fuss at him for that, okay? She didn't fuss at him for that. All right, they were getting close to his stop, and I'll just be honest. At that point, he'd been told on the first two things she saw, and he complied, and then the third thing he was tattled on by somebody else, okay? And as they got closer to his stop, and there was a lot of activity going on the bus, she just said, Zachary, will you please just come sit up at the front? It was that polite, it was that nice, it wasn't a yell, it wasn't anything ugly. And he said, put his thumb down at her. And she said, Zachary, I need you to come sit up at the front of the bus. And one of the other children hollered and said, he said if you want him up there.
That was here at the school.
No, that was before they got here at the school. It's on the tape. Then she said, Zachary, I'm going to give you to the count of 10. And if you don't come up to the front, I'm going to have to take you back to the school. So she counted. Slow, steady. She didn't raise her voice at him. Got to 10, and we're getting the thumbs down. He's refusing to do it. So she said, just like any parent would do, if you say you're going to do something, you have to follow through.
Yeah, but...
Well, she not a but she's the authority.
When it comes to safety.
Yeah. And so she asked him to move to the front. They were getting close to his stop. So it was, plus she
we'll
was...
address that.
Okay. And listen, she is the authority on the bus.
We will address that as we get to it.
And
you need to calm down, please. I'm being very nice and respectful and calm. I'm not raising my voice. So please calm down with me.
Okay, but I am
you need to calm down.
I am calm.
You need to calm down. You are giving me a serious attitude.
Because you came into my school Monday and you yelled at the person who covered me. They called the deputy to come down.
They called the deputy. I went and talked to the deputy, so that's a funny thing. I was talking to the deputy for 30 minutes when I left here, so...
That wasn't my resource officer.
The one that was sitting at the church right here?
No, that is not my resource officer.
Okay, well, if they were looking for me, I was there. So, just so you know. I'm just letting you know.
So, here...
This is a senior bus.
Here it is right here. And now we pulled out.
Where's the screaming at? That you said?
That was when he was walking this way.
I think you said it was on tape.
It is on the tape, but it's the cropped part, that is cropped out.
Can you rewind it?
That's as far back as...
I mean, if you're gonna make allegations, I'd like to see it. That's all I'm saying. I'm sorry, I'm just like to see it. I'm not being confrontational at all. Am I? I never yelled at them.
No, you did not. And you didn't really take to be a witness to that.
You need to tell her. There was 3 on
You did not raise your voice.
I wasn't. Are you recording? You need to be having it out.
The 2 times.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything yet. I haven't seen him get up out of his seat. I haven't heard her say one word with Zachary in it, so. I mean, I know you.
But she was not ugly to him.
That's not the point here.
He's got his feet out in the aisle.
Okay, well,
Okay, I'm just pointing some
the bus
things
is
out.
moving,
The
so
bus
nobody
is
is supposed to be getting up, so.
And nobody's supposed to be out in the aisle. And that's
I
what
didn't
we
read,
fight with
I
every
didn't
time.
read the aisle thing in all the regulations I read, so. And I read the school policy and the state policy. But if you could show it to me, I'd be. The bus doesn't look too packed.
No, it's not very packed.
So it's pretty easy to get singled out in a small crowd, you know.
And the children up at the front at this point. This means the door's open. And the children
yeah.
up at the front getting off.
Sounded like somebody just got smacked and said, ow. Yeah. Repetitively. Heard somebody be told to sit down. It wasn't Zach. Damn, for popping up for a split second. At least she's on the sitting in the seats. I heard that first warning.
Okay, I want you to.
No,
Wait a
let's
minute,
just.
you missed him flipping,
Oh, okay.
shooting the
Okay.
bird. I want you
Okay.
want to see it
Yeah,
all.
yeah. Definitely.
We'll go back to here. Okay, here's. It's a little back, farther back than what I intended. But. Okay, thank you. He shot our bird.
You couldn't really see anything.
That's it. And the bus is stopped.
Well, she's proud of herself.
And this is where she's going to ask him to come to the front. Come
Why?
closer to the front.
Why though?
Well, first of all, they're getting closer to a stop. Second of all, at this point, he's already been told on once. And if you know anything about children,
And this is at 14,
and she's exactly
36,
come up to the front.
37. And what was the reason for that? You said because he was close to his
He was
bus
getting close
stop?
to his stop. And at this point, he's already been told on once. And if you know anything about children,
Yeah, but that was like 3 minutes ago,
let
though.
me finish.
Okay. Yeah.
That he will continue to be told on. And really, it was to help him out.
He'll continue to be told.
I mean, if you know anything about children, if he does anything, they're going to say,
I
one
never
child's already
seen one
told on
before.
him. They're going to, you know. So she's saying, she asked him to come up. And he's doing, nope, not doing it. And the reason she brought him back is because he wouldn't do what she said. And she fussed at another child for laughing at him about it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we're heading back to school.
And then we're right by his house. Is that the standard procedure if a kid gets in trouble on the bus to pull him, to take him back to the school and drop him off?
If he's not doing what she said,
Can
then
we
yes.
keep listening? Because
Okay.
I'm still kind of, I'm curious.
He's not the first child to be brought back to the school. He won't be the last one brought back to the school. I mean,
I don't
if
know.
she's a distracted driver, if it's a distraction to her and she can't keep her eyes on the road because she's watching in the back of the bus,
Is that what it was? Distracted. Okay. And now they're at the school right now.
Mhm. And at this point, they're parked at their school, and Ms. Hager is calling Ms. Welborn to let her know that they've come back to the school. And Ms. Revis, the assistant principal from the high school who was covering for me that day, came out to get him.
Could you rewind that just a little bit?
Sure.
I just want to hear the.
Yeah. Let's try there.
Okay, thank you.
No, keep going back.
Go back a little bit.
Bye-bye.
Right there.
Let's try there.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
And what is this bus driver's name?
Mrs. Hager.
Hager, Hager.
E.R.
Does she have a first initial?
A.
The bus driver.
No, before that. One of the little girls, she was saying, are we going to be later getting home? And she said, yes, we'll be a little bit later, friends.
Because I'll be witnessing to yours.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And see, at this point, the other children are pointing him out. For him to have come forward, it would have eliminated
They're pointing
all
him
that.
out because the bus driver's made an example of him. That's the reason. Over one child's word of something she never saw. So
Well, but it's on there. You can
you
see
cannot see anything.
it. Yes, you can.
Let's go back and look at it again. 'Cause I want
Because I saw
I want
it.
you to pause it right there on that frame, and you tell me what you see.
And that was when you popped up. Okay.
That was the first time
This is
she
when-
yelled. What did she do? What did he do to get yelled at right there?
That's when he reached around.
No, he,
I think it was right before that because the bus is stopping right there. Let me go back a little bit more.
can we go back a little further and you can tell me what he just got yelled at for?
That was when he popped up over
I know.
the
Can we
seat.
see that? I just like to see.
That was the part where she said, if I see you do that again.
It was like a full 8 seconds later. and like 15 seconds to 20 seconds after the first time. And so it sounds like those kids in the front are acting a little bit more like they would draw my attention off the road than them kids in the back.
Yeah, okay, here it was right
Let's see
there.
that.
Right there. Right there. Did you see it?
What did you see? That's what I'm just asking what you saw because
I saw him shooting Kate a bird.
so he shot the bird. Okay. And what does that mean exactly? Could you elaborate? Could you give the definition of that? Anything?
And I know you're younger than I am, so it should be something that you're quite familiar with as an adult.
I grew up in a very Christian household in the middle of the woods. We didn't. I'm ignorant. I'm sorry. Can you explain to me what would you say if this went in front of somebody, one of your superiors? How would you describe shooting the bird?
I would describe that as an inappropriate hand gesture that is usually used in an insulting manner. It often is equated with some verbiage like F you or screw you or up yours or those types of messages.
Have you ever been around a deaf person?
A dead person?
Deaf.
Deaf person, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you know how they communicate?
Yes, with sign language.
Yeah,
I took
and
sign
they
language
have
in
that
college.
sign in sign language. You know
And
that.
no one in my school is deaf.
Yeah. Well, does that mean he can't sign?
Okay. All right.
I'm just asking you a question. I'm just asking what the policy. If you have a policy that says anything about what he just did there, in it, and anything about her. You said they were right by his house.
They were on their way to his stop.
They were.
Yes.
You said that's why he needed to
Within a
come to the
few-
front
yes.
because they were right there by his house. Yet she went and basically kidnapped all these children. Now I'm just telling you what the law says. I'm just telling you. It says in the state law, they are to take the child from their designated area to the next designated area. No other stops in between. They are not to get off the bus. They are not to leave their assigned seats for any reason. That is a state law. She was trying to get him to break state law, and he refused. And now he's being persecuted.
Okay.
I mean, honestly.
Okay.
I'm just telling you.
We're not getting anywhere with this.
Well, why are we not getting anywhere?
Because
Because I need to speak to your boss.
you're certainly welcome to.
Is that
you
what
want
it is?
Richard Armstrong or do you want Brady Johnson?
I want them both. And who's their boss too?
The school board. Brady Johnson is Richard Armstrong is the associate superintendent.
Armstrong.
Brady Johnson is the superintendent.
Hold on one second, please. That's the assistant.
Can I just say while he's writing that down? When we were here, he did not yell. I mean, he does have a loud, authoritative voice, but he has a hearing issue in one ear too, so he
Yeah,
did not
But-
yell.
deaf people
the
run in my
women-
family, and I've been trying to teach them sign language. So
But the women in the office felt very threatened.
Well,
That was their
'cause
perception.
They were threatened because they couldn't answer any questions, and you guys knew. Just like I also know that the law is she's supposed to call you before she ever does anything with that child. She waited till she drove all the way back to the school, which was like 6 minutes, when they were right by his house, and he did nothing for that whole 6 minutes. The only rules are they need to not interfere with safety and operation, and he was doing neither of those.
If she feels she's having to watch him,
She was watching him and saying his name, but he wasn't doing anything. So, and there's kids slapping each other in the front. Come on. He's getting singled out. You don't see it?
So what solution would you like to see
I'd
happen?
like to see, for one, no more kids get illegally detained like this.
It's not an illegal detention.
Do you want to
but-
see the law? Because I had your girls print it out for me, and I read it. So if you'd like to see it, I can show it to you, because I know you don't have a copy. Because for some reason, you guys don't have any copies of complaint forms, incident reports, nothing. It's like, wow, you guys don't even have a congratulation form I can fill out that'll make you guys look good? Nothing. That's...
And then Brady Johnson is the superintendent.
I didn't get
You got
that
him?
first number.
The central office number is 704-872. Oh gosh, I don't ever call. I don't ever have to call. I think it's 89.
Everything's got speed down now. You know,
I know.
it's so hard to remember numbers anymore. I have to write everything down.
Yeah.
That's my... If I don't write everything down, it's...
8931.
And that's the last four.
Yes.
I mean, I have nothing. You didn't do anything wrong. That's
Yeah,
what
I
no.
did-
You didn't do anything wrong, except not handle this situation correctly. That's the only
and I
thing.
didn't.
Let me finish, please. I let you finish. The only thing I see is this could have been handled a whole lot better, according to your bus driver code that they are trained to deal with. It specifically says, treat the children with respect. And try to I can read it to you because I have it right here. But, I mean, all right, it says, all adults need to work together. How was this handled in this situation? How did all adults work together before she made the deductive reasoning to take all those kids back to the school? I think that was one adult, right? That's what they're trained in.
The assistant principal that she brought him back to when she got back on campus. And see, here's...
Well, she told me that they had called when the incident happened, and then she told him to bring him back here, is what she told me.
Okay.
And that is not what happened, and that's what he told me didn't happen.
Okay.
He said that.
Okay.
He told me this.
Okay.
Now it says students must be taught to behave safely and appropriate on the bus.
And we do that every year.
I didn't see much teaching in that whole...
No, we do that at the beginning of the year, every year. We have to sign off on
So-
the bus safety video that every teacher has to show every child, even the kids who don't ride a bus normally because they'll be on a field trip at some point. We have every year at the beginning of the year the bus safety teaching at the beginning of the year. We do our bus evacuation drills within the first 5 days. We do all of those.
You go over the rules at the beginning of the year. Beginning. And you do
Actually, within the first 5 days of school, by
first
law.
five,
We
yeah,
have to
first
have all of
five.
that done within the first
Yeah, I
5
read
days
that.
of
I read that in the laws and bylaws. Yeah, okay. First 5 days, and then you said the next thing was the
We do a bus evacuation
bus
drill
evacuation drill.
for all children, regardless of whether they're bus riders or not, because of going on field trips. When he goes later on in the year to visit the middle school, there are children in the 5th grade that don't ride the bus, but they're going to take a bus over there.